It's finally here. Thanks to PlayStation Canada, I can unbox the official PlayStation Access controller. Let's take a look. I'm Steve Saylor, I'm blind. If you're wondering what it is I actually see and how I can play video games, make sure to check out this video here or link in the description down below. And once again, thanks to PlayStation Canada for sending over the official PlayStation Access controller. If you don't know what this is the first official adaptive controller that PlayStation created for the PS5. And the cool thing is actually about this unboxing that I really would love to be able to show off is how accessible it actually is to unbox. So they have these two pull tabs in the front. So all I gotta do is just pull and rips right off. No problem at all. And then literally, I can just pull this tab here and then open this up like this. And there we go. There's the actual, like, there's no tape, there's no plastic, there's no like whatever twist ties or whichever. It's all here in this box. It was so simple to open. PlayStation actually designed it to be that it is simple to open for anyone who is either a carer or basically who are disabled and can basically use one hand to open up this box. Controller, here's all the instructions on how to be able to, kind of hard to see, but it's the light. But basically this is all the instructions that you need, that it can be able to get all the buttons on there, what it comes with, how to be able to attach it to the PS5, all that good stuff. So the cool thing actually that it was with the Access controller, if you haven't seen my Access controller preview, where PlayStation Canada sent me out to PlayStation headquarters to be able to check out the Access controller, click this video here or click the link in the description down below. But one of the things that they showed off is this box. It has all of the different types of buttons and thumbsticks that you can be able to attach to the Access controller itself. This is also where the actual USB cable is, that'll essentially attach. Now it is wireless, so you don't have to worry about this. This is just for charging purposes and connecting it to PlayStation for the first time. But the different types of buttons that they have that I love to sort of showcase is that they have these little buttons here that have like a little bit of a curve on the edges there. It's kind of hard to do with the light there, but they kind of curve up. You can also be able to get ones that basically that are a little bit longer that basically when attached, it'll kind of like press into the middle button. And then also they have ones that cover two button spots, which is really cool. And then they have regular, like additional sort of like lighter buttons that you can be able to attach. And now the good thing is these are all magnetically attached, so you can take them on and off. There's also a big ball joystick, which is really great. And then they also have an additional sort of smaller thumbstick if you need to be able to use that as well. And then here are all of the individual button labels. You can just pop right off, and then they fit into essentially these tiny holes in the front there, so that if you are if you can't remember which button you've remapped to, you can be able to choose any one of these. Now, granted, all of the PlayStation buttons that are on the DualSense controller do not cover all the buttons that are on the Access controller. I talk about that in my preview video. So you would need either a second Access controller or use basically as a co-pilot kind of thing, using a DualSense controller that you would normally get with the PlayStation 5. So this can work in conjunction with even if you just get the one Access controller itself. You don't necessarily need to buy two of them in order to be able to use it. Let us take a look at the actual Access controller. So simple to be able to take out of the box. Take a look at that. That is really, really cool. So you got all the individual buttons that are basically that are a little bit raised up, but like I said, you have different sort of button types that you can be able to attach. And again, these, if I just sort of, I can just basically there's a button that's on the front there. I can just push and it magnetically comes off and then attaches back on again. This is set up to be so simple that, again, a carer can be able to help you out with this, or if you have limited motor capabilities, you can be able to do this yourself. And then there's a big X button. It's right in the center. It's all like the entire surface is a button. And then there is the thumbstick itself. Now I can be able to push this lock button, and I can sort of I can slide it in and out if you need a little bit extra room to be able to hit the button, and then you can just lock it and will not move it. It will not move back. So there we go. So I can just do that, and then it also has the PlayStation button there, and a profile button that will get that I can get into in my actual video that I will be talking about in a minute. But then it also has the four. Oh, come on, focus. There we go. 4 headphone jacks that can be able to attach any additional joysticks, buttons, switches that you may have already in your setup. But it also, and then it has the USB port for charging as well. And so that's it actually feels quite light, or basically roughly feels about the same kind of weight as a DualSense controller. And as you can see, it can kind of basically just fit it in, like if you kind of show the palm of my hand here, size of my hand, it's basically roughly the equivalent of the size of my hand. And if I grab a regular DualSense, you can see that it's roughly about the same maybe width, the same width as the DualSense, and then the same height if you hold it vertically. So it is, if you're wondering kind of like size comparison wise, that's what it is. Like I can literally hold this in the palm of my hand, essentially. So for those who are wondering how big or how small this is, essentially like that. So that is it for unboxing the Access controller. Now, I will be doing a follow-up video on this. It's sort of a review, but not quite. Obviously, with someone like my disabilities, this controller is not made for someone like me. It is designed for those with motor disabilities. And I don't feel comfortable being able to properly review this controller. So I will be sort of taking a look at it once I get this all set up on the PS5 to kind of go through all the settings and everything that is going to be available. But I will have some of my friends who are also reviewing this controller to come onto my channel and talk about their individual perspectives about this controller as well. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be a very enlightening video. I'm really excited to be able to talk to some of my friends about what they think of the PlayStation Access controller. All right, that is it for me. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.